Akash, what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to be doing something different. I think we're going to be doing a podcast between you and I. We're going to answer a bunch of people's questions and then see how it goes from there.
So, what are we talking about?
So we had a really interesting question the other day with somebody who was trying to consider whether they wanted to buy a Devialet Dion soundbar or like a Devialet Phantom, because he wants a home theater experience, but he also only knows about Devialet because of the Phantom speaker that he had experienced a while back, and his heart wants the Phantom, but his brain wants the Dion. So I don't know. What would you do if you were in that position?
See, honestly, I think I would go for the Dion soundbar, to be frank. Because it's going to give me not only music, it's also going to give me, if I do connect it to a TV, I'll at least have the home theater experience.
Okay, so now this is the one part about the thing I didn't mention yet. His room is pretty big,
Oh.
and his room length is I think around 15 to 20 feet long. No, let's say 15 to 17 feet. I think probably around that much. 20 feet is. I don't think it was 20 feet. 15 feet. So what would you do in that situation now?
Okay, 15 feet is the throw distance, right?
Yeah.
So, I would still go for the Dion soundbar because I know it can push to 15 feet.
Damn. Okay, but then what do you do in the situation where you know that the guy is like in love with the Phantom speaker?
Okay, see, firstly, I'll make him hear both of them. Okay. From 15 feet, of course, from his distance. Then I'll tell him, see, I have my own opinion, I have my own taste. Likewise, he also would have his own opinion and taste. So let him hear it first. Let's see what he or she says. And then we take it from there.
Fair enough. But I don't know. I just wish that Devialet put like some kind of like thing going on with the Dion, because the Dion lacks a little bit of action. There's no like thing going on. Also, another thing with the Phantom is I think that if you're using it with a TV, it becomes a distraction to see something moving right below your TV. Then you're not looking at the screen anymore, which takes you out of the overall experience. Which is why it makes sense to go for the Dion, I guess. You're probably right.
Okay, just clarify one thing for me. Say he does take the Phantom. Now he says he wants a home theater experience. Now say if I put the 98 dB Phantom as a surround, would that be an option?
It is an option, but then the cost goes to a different level altogether. You're
Okay.
using Phantom custom install at that point, and custom install means you need to use a separate processor. You got to run the cables. You're spending on 5 Phantoms, I guess, then 3 in the front, 2 in the back, and then you can have the whole Devialet 5.5 experience, but it doesn't come close to the price of a Dion.
Okay, say if he wants the soundbar, Dion soundbar, with the 98 dB as surround, would that work?
No, we really wish that would have happened. We checked with this when the Dion had come around, and we had our first training session with the company. The first, not the first, one of the questions was whether that was possible, and they were like, nope. Maybe at a future point they might do that. I don't know, but not right now. You can't do that.
Okay.
Not with the Dion, but that would have been so cool. 2 Phantom 98s, even 95s at the back with the Dion. It would complete so many people's overall surround sound experience.
True. So Akash, you heard about the new Sub Mini in the market?
Yeah, bro, tell me about it. We've been waiting so long for it to come, right? What do you think about it?
See, let's go technical, all right? Now, the Sub Mini is actually good for a small to medium sized room. I had the technical part of the question. I had a customer ask me, can he put, how do you say, what's that word?
Pair.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So I had this guy ask me one day, can I pair a sub and a Sub Mini together? What do you think?
No, you can't do that. No.
Exactly. But then what I told him is that you can't even pair two Sub Minis together.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I think right now you can only pair like one sub
One sub, yes.
to a system with the Sub Mini. With the normal Sonos Sub Gen 3, you can do I think 2 subs, but not with the Sub Mini right now. Probably via software update that might become possible down the line. But either ways, I remember hearing the Sub Mini for the first time, and it blew my mind. Like that thing can throw out a lot of bass. My immediate sentence was like, "What are they gonna do with this Sub Gen 3?" Like it doesn't make sense to me how both of these can coexist. But after a lot more, I guess, serious listening, I do see the purpose of the Gen 3. I think for bigger rooms, it does play an important role. It does base in a very different way to the Mini. The Mini kind of gets people's systems going. Plus, I think it's a little more affordable than the normal Gen 3. But yeah.
Well, how do you think the Indian consumers will? I mean, in the sense, would they prefer the Sub Mini or the Sub? What do you think? What would be best option?
Honestly, I think the Sub Mini is gonna kill it out here, because I think our entire audience likes value for money, and I think the Sub Mini is exactly that. Given not like the Sub Gen 3 is like a very expensive sub, but like to have an option that gets so close to delivering that kind of bass, I see a lot of people going for the Sub Mini out here.
And the Sub Mini actually looks pretty cool, right? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a little Mac trash can type design, but I think they killed it, man. They really smashed it out the park. I think it was meant to actually complement the Sonos Ray soundbar, because the Sonos Beam was their more affordable option, but I think they ended up giving, you know, a Beam Gen 2 with Dolby Atmos in it, and now they didn't have like a affordable option anymore, and people were debating whether to go for the Beam or the Arc a lot of the time. And now if you do really want like affordable setup to get started, the Sonos Ray gets you into the Sonos system, and eventually if you want, you can move the Sonos Ray into a bedroom and then upgrade to an Arc at a later date or something like that. That's pretty smart what they've done.
Yes, and actually I haven't heard the Sub Mini.
What?
I'm looking forward to it. I don't have time.
You don't have time. Bro, it's right here.
Yes,
Yeah.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
first thing I'll do, I'm going to hear the Sub Mini.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. It's I don't know, the minute like they launched on their website, like and made a lot of noise about it, and you know, with any product coming to India, you gotta wait like 2 or 3 months for it to hit India.
Indian market.
Yeah, it takes time, and I think that wait kills a lot of us. And this is with every tech product, whether it's like an iPhone or like on the new Mac or like now even the Sonos or like any brand that's making a consumer electronic product that's hype or something that's nice, takes its own sweet time to come here.
But it is finally here, right?
Yeah, I know. I was quite surprised. I think they managed to bring them out here within 2 months, which was pretty impressive. I was easily sure this was going to take at least 3. So a lot of people were happy with that. I mean, yeah, we have the Sub Mini on display at the store, but the new cool thing that Sonos has also done right now is the launch of the new Era 300 and Era 100. What do you think of that?
Let's talk about Era 300. Pretty cool. Atmos speaker from Sonos. You don't need in-ceiling speakers anymore. So I mean, I think it's a good upgrade for Sonos, because if you do need an in-ceiling speaker, you would have to buy a Sonos amp separately, right? Which nobody prefers. So I think Era 300 is going to be big as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be priced close to something like the Sonos 5, which will make it like, you know, a lot of people are going to think twice before jumping in. But I think people that want that Atmos experience to like, not even that Atmos, you do get Atmos with the Arc, but to get that even more immersive experience of Atmos, the Era 300 is going to do that for a lot of people. But honestly, I wish there were a way for Sonos to scale up the amount of channels they could, you know, do into the system. Because right now, you could do a Arc with a sub and then maybe put like a pair of in-ceilings with a Sonos amp as surrounds. But then you can't use ones as surrounds also. And I feel like it's unfair. I feel like it should be possible, but I'm sure that there's some kind of limitation on the bandwidth their app can handle and current home networks can handle.
So I believe now you can pair up to 32 speakers, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you can do multi-zone with like 32 zones on Sonos.
Okay.
But I feel like if they can handle that kind of bandwidth, they should be able to like, you know, manage it for one room. I'm sure they're definitely working on it. They're paying attention to the conversation out there. You can tell with their new launches that they're very aware of what people are asking for, and they take feedback pretty seriously. I would
I'm
say.
sure, yeah, definitely. The Era 100.
Yeah.
What I heard is going to replace the 1 SLs and the 1s
Yeah.
from the Sonus. What do you think about this replacement?
I think the Era 100 will do a lot for a lot of people. I think the Era 100 has like dual tweeters on it to give you that kind of stereo sound from one unit, which makes it like pretty pretty applicable for a lot of people. Like, you know, like if they want to just have a single speaker in their home on like a side table or something like that, the Era 100 will take care of it in that situation. Also, when they want to like create a whole like Sonos Atmos system, the Era 100 does a great job over there as well. And with the dual tweeter placed in the surrounds, it spreads that sound a little more wider than what the one would have been able to do. So yeah, they're killing it, man.
Yeah, they're killing it for sure.
But yeah, I think it's been a lot of fun with Sonos finally coming to India, and now we have all of this at the store. And yeah, so everybody, you gotta come over to our experience center and check it out for yourselves in person. The Era 300 and 100 will be here soon. The Sub Mini is on display, and everything else from Sonos is also on display. And yeah, I think that's a lot for a conversation for today.
I know. And actually, I'm looking forward to hear the Sub Mini first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we gotta have a follow up to that in the next one.